Okay, welcome back to another Facebook Live yoga video. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing okay already. I've lost my words. So nice day outside. So some of you might be doing yoga outside, some of you might be gardening. It's this quarantine life, we're just all finding things to do to fill the time. I have bought an 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle of blue sky to keep me occupied as well as doing these videos. It's not going well. I've put 4 pieces together and I think they're wrong. So that's literally all I have to update you about. But today we are going to be doing some yoga, obviously, and we're going to be focusing on dolphins. Now, dolphins are hands down one of my favorite yoga postures. So they are amazing headstand prep. So obviously we're not going to be doing headstand today, but if you are working towards headstand, you need to be doing dolphins. You need to be doing billions of dolphins, which is what we're going to be doing today. So they're fantastic ways to strengthen the shoulders, really great ways to lengthen into the hamstrings as well. And they're quite tough. So it's going to be a strength building class today. Very excited to see me sweat through this with you. As always, if you are working with any injuries, you need to have consulted your doctor before doing this video. So we're always working on safety first. If anything hurts, don't do it. You can have a rest at any point. And you can always message me if you've got any questions. Very happy to help you out. Dolphins, yes. So hi everyone who's just joined. It's a dolphin class today. Shoulder strength and hamstring length. Yes. And prop wise, you don't need any props today. I'm going to be propless today. That's about it. And feel free to replay this video at any time. It's like the first 5 minutes where I just ramble at the camera. So this video is going to be live up until the end of the week. If you fancy doing dolphins every day, you can knock yourself out. So yes, I think we're just going to start. Dolphins, my favourite posture in the world. So we are going to be starting quite gently, warm the body up bit by bit, start working into the shoulders, the hamstrings, and then we're going to pick the pace up. And towards the end, we're going to do billions of dolphins, billions of push-ups, things that I really struggle with as well. So in my own practice, I'm also working on shoulder strength because I have spaghetti arms. So we're going to be working together today and building some strength together. All right, come to the front of your mat. Even just standing up, my hamstrings are tight. Don't know what I've done, but walking is definitely not easy for me at the moment. All right, so bring your feet together, ankles apart, lift your shoulders, let them fall back. Head slightly tilted forward and arms either side of the body. So you can have your eyes open or shut here. And taking a couple of moments, just bringing the attention into the room or into the garden. Starting to try and tune out any distractions, pets, kids, noise, partners. So forgetting about them, just for 1 hour, not in a nasty way. But it'd be really good if we can just focus on the breath and the sensations in the body while we do this and try and be 100% present for the yoga practice. It's difficult, but it's a great skill to start working with. So to help us sort of fine-tune that concentration, let's take the attention to the breath, start to slow it right down. Inhales and exhales equal in length. Breathing through the nose if possible and also moving the breath up into the chest. So deep rhythmic breaths, finding a rhythm that is sustainable for you, so at no point do we want to feel out of breath. And if you can't breathe in a yoga posture, it's a sign you've gone too far. So always prioritising the breath over the posture. Then taking your attention around the body, check in. How do you feel? Any areas that might be a little bit tight, so my hamstrings are not happy today, so this should be fun. So we're not judging, we're just building a sort of a better body awareness. So in these online classes, you are your own best teacher. And it's always best to move a bit more mindfully rather than throwing the body into the deepest variation of the posture to begin with. So always start cautiously and then move deeper if you feel okay. All right, and then open your eyes. If your eyes are shut, we'll start quite gently. So as you inhale, swooping your arms up, looking up, palms together, then head tilts back, and you're looking towards the thumbs. So holding this lift, Sense of stretch from fingertips all the way down to ankles. And then we're rolling the shoulders forward away from the ears so the neck has plenty of room. Okay, take another inhale here. See if you can make yourself even taller. Then as you exhale, fold forward and bring the hands to the floor. Ooh, bend your knees as much as you need to. All right, hello hamstrings. So the first forward fold can always feel a little bit brutal. So I suggest generously bending the knees. But if you have got super stretchy hamstrings and your legs are straight, just make sure the back of the knees are soft. The head relaxes, the weight comes forward into the toes, and we're going to hold it here. Okay, so feeling that stretch in the calves, the hamstrings, you might feel the stretch travel up towards the glutes. And as well as that, we're also sort of stretching into the lower back too. So if these muscles are tight, you should feel some tension release here. And then let the neck be really heavy. So if I came and poked your head, it should sort of swing about a bit. So we don't want to be crinking into the neck. Taking a couple more breaths here. I mean, I could stay here for the full hour, personally. But that wouldn't make for very good watching. Alright, so from here, just step back onto your right knee. Come back onto your left and then make your way into all fours. I mean, that was hard enough for me. It's going to be a bit of a struggle today. So fingers spread underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's move through some cat-cows. So we're doing this predominantly today to work into the shoulders. So as you inhale, lift the hips, lift the chest, look forward. Gently squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, we're rounding, arching the spine up towards the ceiling, and then tucking the chin in gently towards the chest. So the inhale lifts, you can take these really slow, they don't have to be deep movements. And the exhale rounds. Okay, so use your breath. Again, squeezing the shoulder blades together on the inhales and then trying to push into the hands on the exhales to exaggerate that stretch in the upper back and shoulders. Right, doing really well. Take a couple more rounds of this. Again, fantastic movement for those tight back muscles. And then at the end of your next exhale, absolutely no rush. You're going to come back to a flat back. Feet and knees together if possible, then sink your bum towards your heels. We're coming into child's pose, so crawling those fingertips forward and then melting the forehead down towards the floor. Now, if for whatever reason having your feet and knees together isn't comfortable, you can separate the knees a little bit, no problem. We're just trying to get that stretch in the lower back now, tops of the legs. And over time, the bum will sink a bit more easily towards the heels, so don't worry if you're more upright at the moment. Just work with your body, keep the breath steady. And then as you inhale, we're making our way back up to all fours. We're stepping the right foot between the hands, then coming forward with the left and just let the head hang forward, fold. And then inhale, swooping the arms up, looking up. And then exhale, arms by your side. Again, inhale, arms up, big lift, head back, look thumbs. And then exhale, dive forward, another forward fold. So bend those knees if you need to, let the head relax, and we're going to hold it here. Okay, so there is no effort to get the legs straight, no effort in the neck. Just seeing if you can maybe move the weight forward into the toes ever so slightly so you're not sinking back into the hips. And then from here, step back onto your right knee. Come back onto your left, we're back into all fours. We're going to just work into the hamstrings a bit more. So from this all four position, take your right leg back, toes tucked. And then we're pushing back through the right heel. So it's sort of a very basic hamstring stretch, but there's a lot going on. So we're looking straight down between the hands. We want a straight line from the crown of the head down the spine, traveling all the way down the right leg to the heel. So pushing back through the right foot, lifting up through the back of that knee. And then you might also notice that your wrists are sort of aching a little bit. So we're strengthening into the wrists and the shoulders, keeping the arms strong. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. Okay, and then as you exhale, right knee down. And then as you inhale, left leg back, toes tucked. Same thing. Looking straight down. Focusing on those lovely lines and then keeping the shoulders strong, driving back through the left heel. You might notice one hamstring feels a bit different to the other. That's normal. So starting to notice the differences in our body. And then exhale, bring left knee down, okay? Feet and knees together again. This time, if comfortable and possible, bring the arms either side of the body, let the shoulders relax. So we're basically like an egg. Shoulders are really relaxed, just falling towards the floor. You can give your wrists a wriggle if that felt a bit strong in the wrists. Taking a couple of deep breaths, and with every inhale you might feel that stretch just come into the lower back a bit more. And then make your way back up into all fours. And then step your right foot forward. Come forward with the left and let the head hang. And then inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up. And then exhale, arms by your side, okay? Once more, inhale, arms up, big reach, look up. And then exhale, diving forward, hands to floor, bend the knees if you need to. Just drop the head and relax into this fold. We're going to be doing quite a few forward folds today. You might notice that the hamstrings feel just a little bit more comfortable now we've started to work them. Maybe you can get the legs just a smidge straighter, but no worries if not. More important to let the head hang and let the shoulders relax here. Okay, and then from here, step back onto your right knee. Come back onto your left, and then just make your way into a seated position, because now we're going to be doing some baby press-ups. Now, with the baby press-ups we do in yoga are slightly different because we want the triceps to come back, and as we drop the chest, we need the arms to be hugging the ribs. Now, something I see happen quite a lot is as you come through a baby press-up, the forearms end up going backwards, almost lowering to the floor, and we don't really want that. So this is how not to do the baby press-up. So instead of bringing the chest forward, sometimes while people are just figuring it out, what happens is this. The weight comes back and then the forearms drop back, and then it kind of looks a bit like this. Now ideally we want to keep the elbows more over the wrists, which means the chest comes forward, the chin comes forward as we lower down. So it's going to look a bit more like this. The hips are going to stay high. The inside of the elbows are going to face forward. We're going to inhale, then as we exhale, chest drops forward and down, chin drops forward, hold the hover, squeeze the ribs with the elbows, and then we're inhaling, pushing back up. All right? Let's do a couple of these. So come into your all four position. Fingers spread underneath the shoulders, inside of the elbows face forward, and the hips are going to stay high. So big inhale here, then as you exhale, drop the chin forward and down, chest drops and then hovers off the floor a few inches, hold it for a moment. And then inhale, push back up. We'll do that again, exhale, chest forward and down with control. And then inhale, back up. Again, exhale, drop the chest forward and down, hips high, elbows hug ribs. Inhale, back up, two more. Should feel that burn. Exhale, chest forward and down, hover. Inhale, back up. Last one, exhale, chest forward and down. Just hold the hover for a moment. Squeeze the elbows in towards the ribs. And then push yourself back up. I mean, I don't know about you, but my arms feel like they're going to fall off just after 5. Great. So feet and knees together, bum towards heels. This time, arms either side of the body again. Let the shoulders relax. Give your wrists a wriggle. And then just to work into the shoulders a bit more here, I want you to draw your shoulder blades together like you're trying to smush something between them. Interlace the hands behind the back, and then as you inhale, lift the arms away from the lower back. So the arms do not have to come very high. We're still trying to sink the bum towards the heels. And then exhale, just let the arms flop either side of the body. And you're resting in child's pose for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, make your way up into all fours and come onto your butt. So I lied earlier when I said you might not need a prop, because you may need a prop if your hamstrings are super tight. So if you have a yoga strap, a towel, a dressing gown cord, now's your chance to grab that. If you know your hamstrings aren't tight, we're good to go, so you can lie on your back. So come onto your backs. We're just going to work into the hamstrings a bit more, like a hamstring lengthening class today. So leave your left knee bent, left foot on the floor, and take the back of the right thigh. Now, if at this point you're struggling to keep the back of the head and the shoulders down, just use the strap or something similar around the back of the right thigh instead of the hands. And then as you inhale, extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. My hamstrings today. And we're just coming into a lying hamstring stretch. So seeing if we can get that right leg as straight as possible. Really working the right toes back towards the body. And like I said, it's important to keep the back of the head and the shoulders down as much as possible. So we don't want the upper body to be really tense. So try and keep that area relaxed, chest broad, chin tucked in ever so slightly so the back of the neck is long. And then your left foot is simply resting on the floor. So we're not pressing down into the foot. We want the base of the spine to stay down. And then if your leg is shaking, that's okay. Normal. You can have a rest at any point if you need to. Remember, if you're feeling super stretchy today, you might want to bring the right toes a bit higher above the face. Okay. So it really depends on your body. Another option is you can move the hands up towards the calf or the foot, provided the shoulders stay relatively relaxed. So don't grab the foot if it is all really tense and you feel like you're going to pull the arms out the socket. So again, working with your body, keeping your breath steady. Remember, that's the most important thing. Just keep breathing. And then to bring the groin into it, on your next inhale, we're going to straighten the left leg down the mat. So now both legs are straight, both toes pull back, and then really see if you can ground down through the left calf. So if the groin's tight, that left calf might lift. That's okay, just see if you can draw it down. So keeping the left leg strong as well, so we're not forgetting about it. The lower body is working hard. And then same things apply. Maybe drawing right toes higher above the face, maybe moving the hand up the right leg if you choose. And wherever you are, we're going to hold this for a slow count of 5. So, let's say 5, 4, 3 steady breaths. Don't forget about that left foot. Make sure the left toes are still facing the ceiling. 2. Can't count. And 1. Okay, just release the right leg, straighten that right leg and give your legs a shake. Alright, lovely. We'll change sides. So now we're going to leave the left knee bent to the right knee bent to begin with, right foot's on the floor. Okay, so now take the back of the left thigh again, extending left leg up towards the ceiling. Using a prop if you have to instead of the hands, no problem. Again, my left hamstring is like my problem hamstring, so you might notice that one side's a lot different. You might need to use a strap or something this side, even if you didn't on the other. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, right foot just resting on the floor, base of the spine down. And then you've got all the options that you had the other side. You can move the hand up the leg if you want, as long as the shoulders are relaxed. You can always have a rest. You can leave the leg where it is, or you can start drawing the leg. I can't see it, but my leg is shaking something fierce. Okay, just keep working those left toes back so we get that really lovely stretch in the calf as well. Alright, from here we're going to straighten the right leg down the mat. So now both legs are straight, both toes pull back, and then see if you can work that right calf down into the floor. Bringing the stretch into the groin. I'm smiling so much because this is a little bit tickly today. Alright, doing amazing. So don't let those right toes fall out to the side, right toes face the ceiling. Getting the legs as straight as possible. And then taking the attention to the breath, and we're going to hold it for that count of 5. So 5, let's hope I can remember where I am this time. 4. 3, doing really well. 2 and 1. Okay, release leg down, and then let's take a cat stretch. So point both toes down the mat, arms overhead, big stretch, might be the biggest stretch you've had all day. And then exhale, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side and making circles, mostly for the lower back here. There's no real technique to this, but just keep the back of the head down. Hands around the shins or the knees and squeezing the thighs up towards the belly with every rotation. And then inhale, make your way up into seated. So I know what's coming, so I'm a little bit nervous. We're going to start working with, and we've got a couple more things to do, and then we're going to really crack on with some of the strength stuff. So we're going to come into downward dog now. So fingers spread underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. We're going to tuck our toes and send our hips up and back. Alright, so coming into your downward dog. Now your knees can be bent, the heels do not have to be on the floor, but we've been doing a lot of work with the hamstrings today, so you might find the heels can come further down than normal. You're more than welcome to pedal the heels out if you choose, which involves bending one knee and then the other, just walking the legs and feeling that stretch come into the calves, the hamstrings. Or you can keep this downward dog quite static and just pull the thighs to the back of the room, maybe tilt the hips up towards the ceiling. And your head is relaxing, so your head hangs down. Your fingers press down into the floor. And downward dog is such a fabulous posture for the back of your legs, your lower back, but also it starts to strengthen into the shoulders. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Trying to create a 90-degree angle with the body. And then from here, as you inhale, we're going to come to standing. So you can walk, you can step, you can jump your feet between your hands and look forward. Then exhale, drop the head forward, fold. And then as you inhale, swooping the arms up, looking up. And then exhale, arms by your side. All right, lovely. So we're going to do a couple of shoulder rolls. So these aren't the most exciting postures in the world, but they're very good for your shoulders. So one thing I see quite a lot with shoulder rolls is when people are rolling their shoulders like that, they get really sort of like excited with the arms. You don't need to do that. You don't need to flop the arms out everywhere. The arms are just going to stay like either side of the body as you do this. I mean, if you want to flap, you can flap, but you don't have to. So feet hip width apart and parallel, hands by the body, and we're not going to be doing any like funky forward folds, back bends, twists. We want this whole rotation to come from the rotator cuff. So as you inhale, we're just going to lift the shoulders up into a big old shrug, draw them back, and then exhale down and forward. So inhale comes up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw them back, and then exhale down and forward. So you keep doing this. Again, these are simple postures, but really good for us. You might feel a stretch in the upper back, the neck as you draw those shoulder blades down the spine. Working with your breath, making the movements as big as is comfortable. And trying to release some tension. So I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders. So these can actually be quite tricky for me. You want them to be controlled. You want your shoulders to be doing something, but you don't want to be really tense. So trying to find like a looseness to the posture as well. Okay, and then make that rotation in the opposite direction. So now squeeze the shoulder blades back. Taking a couple more rounds of this. And then you can stop doing that and give your shoulders a shake. Right, lovely. So a couple more forward folds, and then we're going to be doing some sun salutation variations. So with these forward folds, we've done a lot of stuff with the hamstring, so hopefully every single forward fold is feeling a little bit more doable. So we're going to do 3. The first one is going to be a very passive sort of hanging forward fold. The second one, we're going to bring the shoulders into it, and the third one is going to be a real hamstring killer. So for the first one, stand with your feet hip width apart and parallel. Take your hands to your hips. We're just going to take the elbows. So as you inhale, look up, lengthen, find some room. And then exhale, fold forward, bend the knees as much as you need to, and then take your own elbows. Then from here, before you come into the posture, you inhale, look forward, find some room. And then exhale, just let the body hang, let the head relax, and the shoulders are going to drop down to the floor. So ragdoll gives you an idea of how floppy we want the upper body to be. Feeling that stretch in the back of the legs, lower back, neck. Some people like to sway here. I mean, I'm not a swayer, but some people do, so you can do that, or you can keep it quite static. Moving the weight forward into the toes. Keeping the breath steady, equal in length through the nose. Take a couple more moments here. Okay, and then as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands to hips, and then inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, pause here. So you can repeat that posture, or if you want to bring the shoulder stretch into it, we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Up to you. So either repeating that posture or interlacing the hands behind the back. Now before we do anything, I want you to see if you can really squeeze those shoulder blades together and plug the hands down towards the floor. So the chest lifts, sort of starts to face a little bit more towards the ceiling here as we do this. Already quite a big shoulder stretch. We're going to take it into our fold. So inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward, generous bend in the knees if you're not comfortable with your folds. And then once you're in your fold, you're going to just let those hands come away from the lower back. Let the head relax. Double trouble, hamstrings, lower back, shoulders, chest. Well, that's 4 things. But you know what I mean, lower body, upper body, both getting a stretch now. So with this position, it can sometimes feel a bit wobbly. And if at any point you aren't comfortable, just gently make your way out. Otherwise, holding this for a couple more deep breaths. Okay, then very slowly bring your hands to your lower back, bending the knees and coming up slowly into standing. And then releasing your hands and just give your shoulders a shake, and then you can bring your feet together. So for this last forward fold, this time we're going to see if we can take the back of the ankles, all right? I'm going to show you how to get into this fold. So this time we're going to have the feet together. Now if your balance is really off, you can take the feet wider. We're going to come down into almost like a low squat. So what we're trying to do is bend the knees as much as possible to get the belly on the thighs. So you will be down pretty low. That's okay, that's where we want to be. And then from here, you're going to take the back of the ankles. You're going to let the head relax. So this is our starting position. What we're going to do very, very slowly, and again, if your balance is, if you've got a history of back problems, I suggest you don't do this. But if you are here, if you're comfortable, as you inhale, you're going to very slowly straighten the legs while keeping the belly and the thighs together. Okay, so it requires a lot of hamstring flexibility, and then you're going to see if you can squeeze the body in towards the legs, the forehead comes towards the shins. So the arms are actually quite strong here to keep the body glued to the legs. All right, and then to come out, the legs don't have to straighten. You stop basically when you feel your belly's coming away from your thighs, because that's going to be the deepest sort of forward fold for you and your body. Now to come out of this, you just bend the knees very slowly, lift the head, you can take the hands to the thighs, and you're going to push yourself back up. It's quite hard to talk in that position. All right, so let's do that together. So feet together, if pos, and then just sink down into your squat, put your belly on your thighs, okay, and then take the back of the ankles. Now from here, remember we want to be quite strong in the arms, keep the belly and the thighs together. As you inhale, very, very slowly, start to straighten the legs, and then use the hands around the back of the ankles to pull the body closer. Maybe draw your forehead in towards your shins, and then hold this posture. So remember, the legs don't have to be dead straight. Do your best. Just see if you can keep the tummy glued to the thighs. Okay, we're going to hold it here for 5 deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, inhale, look forward, very slowly bend your legs, and then gently come up to standing. All right, and then just give your legs a little shake. I'm going to have a drink. You might want to have a drink because we're going to be moving into some sun salutations. Hope everyone is doing okay, enjoying the class. All right, so coming forward. Legs together, ankles apart. So we're going to move through a normal sun salutation, and then from there we're going to start doing some really strong stuff within them. So if you need to have a rest, have a rest. Just going to say, I am also not the best at strength building stuff, especially when it comes to push-ups and shoulders, so I'm right there with you here. So legs together, ankles apart, lift your shoulders, allow them to fall back. Hamstrings are ready anyway, now to get the shoulders strong. So as you inhale, swoop your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold, hands to the floor, drop the head. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Your choice, exhale, step or jump back to plank, and lower to low, press up on the floor. Remember, chin forward and down. Inhale, a back bend, shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Just hold your downward dog for 5 breaths. Feet hip width apart, hands roughly shoulder width apart. Shoulders strong, head relaxed. 2, 3, the heels maybe coming closer to the floor now we've done all this hamstring work. 4 and 5, lovely. Inhale, feet forward, look forward. Exhale, drop the head. Inhale, swooping the arms up, looking up. And then exhale, arms by your side. Easy, done it, amazing. All right, so now, second one. Feet together, lift the shoulders, let them fall back. Inhale, swoop the arms up, look up. And then exhale, fold, hands to floor, drop the head. Forward fold. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, feet back to plank and lower to low, press up on the floor. You inhale, pull through a back bend. And you exhale, downward dog. Hold your downward dog. Okay, here we go. Let's work these shoulders. So from downward dog, as you inhale, bring the weight forward, come into plank. Okay, so plank, your bum is not down or up. You are creating a one long straight line from the crown of the head to the heels. Okay, so working into the shoulders, keeping the integrity of the posture, feeling the arms work, feeling the core work, and then exhale back into dog. Okay, then inhale back into plank, and then exhale back into dog. Inhale, plank. So do this with control, don't let the body just flop everywhere. Then exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Then exhale, dog. A few more. Inhale, plank with control. Exhale, dog. Last one. Inhale, plank. Just hold your plank. Okay, drawing back through the heels, body in one long line. Feeling the work in the shoulders, the arms. And exhale, dog. Lovely. Hold it. Okay, from here, as you inhale, feet forward, look forward. Exhale, drop the head. And then inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up. And exhale, arms by your side. Lovely. Give your shoulders a shake. My shoulders, man. Right. So this time we're going to come through a sun salutation. And we're going to come into downward dog. And we are going to do some downward dog push-ups. Okay? Very good for you. Not easy. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm rolling my sleeves up. You know, it's getting serious. Now with these, what we're going to do is as we come forward from our downward dog, we want the elbows to stay close in towards the body, all right? So it looks a bit like this. So from downward dog, what we're going to do is try and touch the head in between the arms, tap it before we come back. So it looks like this. So as you inhale, weight comes forward, elbows bend back, tap the forehead, and then exhale back up. All right, so inhale, you come forward, elbows come back, tap the forehead, and then exhale back up. Ooh, I already done 2. All right, getting buff. So come to the front of your mat. All right, here we go. Get ready for this. So lift your shoulders, let them fall back, head slightly tilted forward. Just take a couple of deep breaths. These are real shoulder killers. And then inhale, swooping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, fold, hands to floor, drop the head. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. And then exhale, back to plank and lower. Feeling that work in the shoulders. You inhale, come through a back bend. And you're exhaling, downward dog. Are we ready? Yes, we are. So set your downward dogs up. You want to feel secure here. Now, here we go. So as you inhale, bend the elbows backwards, tap the forehead in between the hands, and then exhale, push back up. Yes. Inhale, tap the forehead, elbows bend backwards, and then exhale, dog. Inhale, tap the forehead. Exhale, dog. You can do this. Inhale, tap. Exhale, dog. Inhale, tap. Exhale, dog. Few more, I'm right there with you. Inhale, tap. Exhale, dog. Feel that work in the shoulders. Inhale, tap. Exhale, dog. Last one. Inhale, tap. Exhale, dog. Oh, nearly didn't make it. Lovely, and then as you inhale, feet forward. Look forward. Exhale, drop the head. And then inhale, swoop the arms up, look up. And then exhale, arms by your side. Ooh, is anyone else getting hot? Right, feeling buff. So have a drink if you want a drink. For our final sun salutation variation, before we move on to our dolphins. So when I first started yoga, I could not, for the life of me, do a press up or hold my own weight. So this stuff does come, so if you struggled with that, who wouldn't? It gets there, it's just slow progress. Alright, so come to the front of your mats for the last shoulder killer before we move on to our dolphins. Take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, then as you inhale, swooping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, arms by forward fold. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, back to plank. Hold your planks, hold your planks. So we're in plank again. Right, from here, lower down onto your right forearm. Come down onto your left forearm. Right arm straightens. Left arm straightens. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. With control. Right arm straightens. Left arm straightens. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. Right arm straightens. Left arm straightens. Few more. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. Right arm straightens. And left arm straightens. One more. Right forearm down. Left forearm down. Right arm straightens. And left arm straightens. Now come down to a very low press up on the floor. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, dog. And from downward dog, come down onto your knees. Feet and knees together. Arms either side of the body. Have a rest. Have a rest. Woo! Okay, so take a couple of breaths here. I am enjoying doing this with you because this is the stuff I need to work on, the shoulder strength. So getting strong together, but just let the breath come back to normal for a few counts while I catch my breath. And then make your way up into seated. All right, dolphins. We're ready. So we've done massive amounts of work with the shoulders today. We've done a lot of work with the hamstrings, and we're ready for dolphin. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in case you've not done it. Then we're going to have a go together. So with dolphin, it's effectively a downward dog but from your forearms. So we put our forearms down, and then it's quite important to get the width right here. So to check that you've not taken your elbows too wide, just see if you can take hold of your own forearms with your elbows, with your hands. So you want to be able to take your own elbows, and then you place the forearms parallel, feet hip width apart, you tuck your toes and you send your hips up and back, and you come into dolphin. Alright, so I've got a lot of hair, so you might not be able to see it, but my head is off the floor. So we're looking back between our legs, the head, top of the head is not touching the floor, and then we're pushing into the shoulders to keep the head up. So it's a strong shoulder posture, and obviously massively stretches into the hamstrings. And if you need to bend your knees, you can. And we're just going to see If we can hold that till our legs fall off. Amazing. So come into all fours. Love a dolphin. From all fours, come down onto your forearms. Plonk yourself down. And then just see if you can take your own elbows. Make sure that you've not taken your elbows too wide. And then place your forearms back parallel. Your feet are hip width apart and parallel. You are going to tuck your toes. Now, before you come up actually, just make sure you're pressing into the forearms. So from this position, just let your shoulders clap in towards one another. Whoosh. And now push into your forearms and keep the shoulders strong. So we want to keep that lift in the shoulders as we straighten the legs. Very important. So tuck the toes, hips up and back. Dolphin, press into the forearms and get the top of the head off the floor. You're looking back between your legs. Here we go. So shoulders are strong, legs are straight. Press into the forearms, belly draws in. Hold it here. So you can have a rest at any point if you need to. All right, otherwise, pushing the hips back, pushing into the forearms to lift the head. Doesn't take very long for your shoulders to start burning. Okay, so if you want to deepen this, what you're going to do is you're going to tiptoe your feet in and then push your hips back. Press into the forearms, keep the head off the floor. Nice, slow, steady breaths, and you repeat that process to deepen the posture, or you hold it where you are. So maybe tiptoe your feet in, push your hips back, press into the forearms, keep the head lifted. Doing really well. All right. Again, hold it where you are or tiptoe your feet forward. Push your hips back, keep your head off the floor. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come down onto your knees, bum towards heels, arms out in front or either side of the body, and have a little rest. Alright, so get your breath back to normal. I'm just giving my shoulders a shake out. You can do this if you want, just shake your shoulders out. Alright, then come back up into seated. A little pump on here. So, that was dolphin, and you're more than welcome to just repeat the dolphin if you just want to work on that. So strong posture, fabulous for your shoulders. Well, this time we're going to see if we can come dolphin to dog. Dolphin to dog. So I'll show you what it looks like. We set our dolphins up. Going through all the safety checks. Tucking the feet. Straightening the legs. Now, from here what we're going to do is as we inhale, we're going to see if we can straighten both arms and come up into dog. So to begin with, it looks a bit like this. One arm pops up, then the other. It's really strong. But over time, as the core starts to work, the hamstrings start to lengthen and you can get more weight back. It really is a matter of just shifting the weight back as you straighten the arms up. All right, so we're going to give that a go. So come down into your dolphins, forearms down. Make sure that you haven't taken your elbows too wide. And then tuck your toes and send your hips up and back. All right, now what we want to try and do is get the weight into the legs, draw the belly in as you inhale, straighten both arms, boop, into dog. Yes, and then exhale back to dolphin, head off the floor, and then inhale, straighten the arms, dog. Exhale, dolphin, inhale, dog, exhale, dolphin, and then inhale, dog. From here, back down onto your knees, feet and knees together, arms either side of the body, have a relax. Give your shoulders a chance to just flop to the floor. Okay, so should be feeling strong. And then come back up into all fours. So we've done the dolphins, we've done dolphin to dog, now we're going to do dolphin push-ups. I don't think these are as bad as the downward dog push-ups we done, but they're still obviously quite strong. All right, so from here, what we're going to do, as I'll show you first, is we're going to come into dolphin. Okay, take a big inhale, then as we exhale, we're just going to hover the hands face between the hands, shoulders are strong. And then exhale, dolphin. Inhale, weight comes. And then exhale, dolphin. All right, let's do this. Come down into your dolphins. Forearms parallel, just check your width, take your own elbows. Do what you got to do. Then legs up, hips back, into dolphin. We'll inhale forward, makes more sense, right? So from here, take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, lower the face between the hands, hover, and then inhale, dolphin back. Exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin. Keep doing this, hover, dolphin, my shoulders, hover, dolphin, last one, hover, hold the hover, hold it, and then dolphin. And then knees, and then arms either side of the body. Give your wrists a wriggle. All right. I don't know what to say. Just my shoulders are burning. And this is why we're doing this, to get strong shoulders. So hopefully you're starting to feel all this work we've been doing. All right, and then come up to seated for the last thing we're going to do, which is put them all together. All right. So we're going to put them all together. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And let's see if we can keep it quite fluid. All right, so we come into our dolphin. We're going to take a big inhale. We're going to exhale, hover the face between the hands. Inhale, dolphin, then exhale, dog. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. The creme de la creme, the piece de resistance. Let's do it. So, all fours, come down onto your forearms, check your width, make sure that your elbows haven't come too wide, then pop your hips up and come into dolphin. This is the last thing we're going to do, so give it everything you've got. We're in dolphin, take a big inhale, then as you exhale, hover the face between the hands. Inhale, dolphin, then exhale, dog, you straighten both arms at the same time. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. Two more. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, exhale, dog. Let's just do one more because it's Monday. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, hover. Inhale, dolphin, exhale, dog. Then from here, come down onto your knees, come into child's pose, give your wrists a wriggle, arms either side of the body, and your breath comes back to normal. Take a breather here. All right, getting strong. Okay, so just giving the body a chance for the heart rate to come back down to normal. And if they felt difficult, it's because they are difficult, so don't worry about that. Over time, as we build the strength in the arms, the shoulders, they become a little bit easier. And then from here, just make your way up into seated, and make your way into a comfortable seated position. You might want to sit on a pillow or something if your hips are super tight. And we're just going to stretch those areas out because we've done so much strength work with the shoulders. It's important to stretch it back out. So have your legs crossed. We're just going to place the left hand on the left knee. Sitting up as tall as possible. Again, you might want a pillow or a block to sit on if that's more comfortable. And then as you inhale, we're going to extend the right arm up. And then exhale, bend the right elbow, place the hand in between the shoulder blades. And if this isn't doable, just place the right hand on the back of the head. Okay. Use whatever you've got the hand against to draw the right elbow back, and we're stretching into that shoulder, across the right chest. And your shoulders, if they're anything like mine, might feel a little bit numb right now with all the strength work we've done, but just do your best. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Okay, and then inhale, right arm up, and then exhale, right arm down. Just give that shoulder a shake. Change sides, right hand to right knee, inhale, left arm up, and then exhale, bend left elbow, hand on the back of the head or in between the shoulders, upper back, wherever you can get a reach. Sitting up nice and tall and just pressing the hand gently into the surface. Seeing if we can draw that left elbow back. Okay, and then inhale, left arm up, exhale, left arm down. Give your shoulders a little shake. Last little shoulder stretch we're going to do before we finish is arm across chest pose. So again, sit down, comfortable seated position. I'm going to take the right arm out. I'm going to place the left elbow on top of the right elbow. Right forearms up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, exhale, just draw the left arm across the body. So it looks something like this, okay? So you just do this. We're just drawing the left arm across the body. Just being mindful we're not twisting, so keep the chest facing forward so all that stretch is coming from the left shoulder. My shoulders are obviously a little bit tight at the moment. Okay. Alright, and then just bring the arms back to centre, and this time plonk the right elbow onto the left elbow, left forearm up, inhale, then exhale. Oof, oof, draw the right arm across the body. It's been a very sort of verbal yoga class today, lots of noises from me, I don't know about you. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, feeling that stretch right shoulder. Again, if you're right-handed, the right shoulder's often a little bit more like tighter and vice versa. So your dominant hand is usually the tighter shoulder because you spend more time leaning forward with that shoulder. Learn something new every day. A few more breaths here. And then exhale, release. Give your shoulders a shake. Shoulders, all right. Flat, fly. We're going to come down into Shavasana now anyway. So lying flat on your backs. If your back is feeling a bit sensitive, knees bent, legs bent, feet on the floor. If not, legs straight down the mat, let your feet fall out sideways. Now let your arms rest a little way away from your body. And then let your palms face the ceiling. So we've done so much with the shoulders. We've opened up into them, we've strengthened them. So hopefully feeling a broadness across the chest that might not have been there before. You can take a few deep inhales through the nose and make a sigh out through the mouth if you want to do that. So some people do like doing that. Otherwise, just let your heart rate come back to normal and let the breath return to its normal state. Okay, very difficult to try and keep the mind focused once we lie down and we stop putting the body through all those crazy postures, but try and keep your mind focused on something to do with what we've just done. And a good way to keep the mind focused is by rooting it, grounding it in the sensations of the body. So maybe you feel some sort of leftover sensation in the shoulders, the hamstrings. Either way, wanting the body to be super heavy here, back of the head, shoulders, lower back, legs, just pressing into the floor. Not engaging any muscles at all. Okay, so that was a really strong class, and if I were not doing this video, I would definitely stay in Shavasana for longer. So I really encourage you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you want and just give your shoulders a rest. But I'm gonna just end this video now. So if you're finishing with me, take a cat stretch, hold your knees into your chest once you're done. Otherwise, enjoy your Shavasana. I'm signing off. I hope you've enjoyed this Dolphin class. I hope you're feeling strong, pumped. Yes, hard class. Well done. Feel free to replay at any time during the week. And I will see you next time tomorrow for Ashtanga seated posture breakdown. All right, see you later. Bye.